Coming up on EagleVision News, we update you on the shooting that occurred over the weekend.
And one of our reporters gives us the inside scoop on the Met Gala in Los Angeles.
Also, we take you inside of one of Biola's heavily anticipated events of the year.
All this and more coming up on EagleVision News.
Welcome to EagleVision News. I'm Autumn Kahn.
And I'm Dallas Dickinson. We are so excited to be here with you after a few weeks off.
But topping our stories tonight is a devastating event that happened in La Mirada over the weekend. 2 people have been arrested who might be linked to the shooting rampage in La Mirada this weekend. 2 people in a green SUV opened fire in La Mirada on Saturday afternoon. They shot 4 random people after carjacking the SUV in Pico Rivera. The shooting injured 3 and killed 1 in La Mirada and continued on to Whittier. That's where the suspects abandoned the car and opened fire again, injuring 2 more people. The officers arrived on the scene to find one of the suspects injured and were able to make an arrest. A woman is fighting for her life after a shark attack at San Onofre Beach. Single mother of 3, Leanne Erickson, was swimming at the beach on Saturday when a shark tore part of her right leg. She was with her boyfriend who was surfing when the shark attack happened. He heard her scream and immediately tried to get her out of the water. A group of surfers rallied around her to help limit the bleeding and save her life. Erickson was immediately airlifted to Scripps Memorial Hospital, where she is now in a medically induced coma. The Shark Lab has told officials a great white shark may have been the cause of this attack. San Onofre Beach continues to be closed today.
A student from USC has been charged with raping another student in early April. On Tuesday, 20-year-old Armand Kareem Premji was charged with 1 count each of rape by use of drugs and penetration by a foreign object. If convicted, Premji faces a possible maximum sentence of 10 years in state prison. He is currently being held on $100,000 bail. Last weekend, some high school students took an unconventional route to their prom. On Saturday, more than 1,000 students from A.B. Miller and Golden Valley High Schools chose to take the Metrolink train to their proms. The students, decked out in their formal wear, were a welcome change of scenery for the regular riders of the train, who met the students with cheers and smiles. The students appreciated the opportunity to take the stress of driving out of the already complicated prom equation and had a little fun along the way. So that shooting we mentioned earlier, it was a fairly frightening event with it being so close to campus and everything. Some of my friends went to the beach that day and they had to wait the whole situation out in order to come back. It was absolutely crazy.
Exactly, and a lot of students are wondering, where do we go from here? And what is campus safety doing to ramp up securities in events like this? I got a chance to explore those questions this week. Have a look. Recent shooting events like San Bernardino and even one right down the road from Biola University have students feeling afraid and unprepared. 6,000 Biola students call La Mirada home and are wondering what campus safety is doing after the shooting off of Imperial and Santa Gertrudis.
I'd say I don't feel prepared, especially with past experiences.
Students received a frightening email saying that there was an active threat around campus. Campus security does recommend that all students sign up for these notifications to stay informed. Spoke with Chief of Campus Security about students' concerns, and he says they are training on-campus personnel and setting up emergency communication systems for this exact situation.
Over the years, we've taken some steps to improve in our level of preparedness for potential crisis on campus.
Campus safety has worked with university's communications department to make sure students are informed of any emergency. But even that has faltered in past semesters, leaving staff and students feeling unprepared.
Active shooter text that was sent last semester, we were definitely not prepared. I know my professor wasn't prepared.
Regardless of any fear, campus safety feels they are doing the best they can to prepare themselves for an active shooter situation.
This semester alone, we have conducted 3 active shooter training sessions in which our officers participated.
This has been Autumn Kahn, EagleVision News.
Thanks for that update, Autumn.
Absolutely. The Met Gala took place in Hollywood over the weekend, and here with the look inside fashion's biggest night is reporter Madison Santana. Madison?
Thanks, Autumn. Fashion's biggest night out happened this past Monday night as the 2017 Met Gala was in full swing. The Met Gala, a pinnacle of iconic style, takes place as a fundraiser benefit for the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. This event welcomed celebrity stars who graced the red carpet with their jaw-dropping gowns, such as Jennifer Lopez, who showed off a Valentino original, Cara Delevingne in a futuristic piece from Chanel, and Rihanna, who was wearing a mesmerizing dress from none other than Comme des Garçons. As the night continued on with stunning gowns from other household designers, there was only one fashion designer who took center stage, which is Rei Kawakubo, who was in this year's inspired theme of Art in Between the Lines, an exhibit that examines the work of a famed 74-year-old Japanese fashion designer over the span of 40 years. Fashion designer Rei Kawakubo launched her label Comme des Garçons in 1969 and is considered to be the most influential designer today.
Thanks, Maddie.
You know, at the Met Gala, celebrities really get a chance to show off the latest designs in fashion. And there was another event this weekend that allowed people to show off their furry friends. Reporter Grace Gibney was on the scene at the Los Angeles Pet Expo.
The America's Family Expo returned to the OC Fair and Event Center for its 28th year of promoting responsible pet care and pet adoption. The weekend is an opportunity for families and friends to celebrate pets of all shapes and sizes. More than 47,000 people attended last year, a number that is expected to be exceeded at this year's event.
The America's Family Pet Expo is the world's largest gathering of animal lovers in the world. Once you go around and you see the scope of the event, you'll be really impressed because people think, oh, it's a pet expo, I'll be out in an hour. And no, you can be here, all weekend long and barely cover everything.
Exhibitors from all across the animal care industry brought pets and products for families to purchase. ZooMed is just one of these exhibitors that has been a longtime member of the Pet Expo since it first began in 1989.
We want the experience that they have with their pet to be fun. If they are disappointed, if they have an issue, or if their animal dies, it's not fun. And it just makes them not want to have reptiles anymore. So that's what we're here for, is to make sure that it's fun and they have a good experience, that their animal is healthy.
If reptiles aren't an immediate pet of choice, the expo had a variety of other pet breeds for attendees to choose from. The weekend offered a vast number of fun options for families, including a tortoise petting zoo, hog races, pony rides, police dog demonstrations, carnival treats, a petting zoo, and much, much more. Planners from last year's expo estimated that over 500 pets were adopted. They anticipate that this number will be exceeded at this year's event. For EagleVision News, I'm Grace Gibney.
Thanks, Grace. The Pet Expo looked like a great time this weekend, but there were a lot of people who did not have such a great weekend.
That's right. The much-anticipated Fire Festival was this weekend, and we have reporter Bobby Terrell in studio to give us more details on that event and more. Bobby?
Thanks, Autumn. Organizers of the Fire Festival are faced with a huge lawsuit. The supposed cultural experience of the decade turned out to be the exact opposite, as thousands of guests who paid thousands of dollars arrived to the private island with entirely incomplete preparations. The organizers of the event canceled the 2-week planned event at the last minute before including all of their expecting guests in on this not-so-small detail. Filer of the complaint, Mark Gregos, emphasized the festival's lack of adequate food, water, shelter, and medical care, and its total endangerment of all attendees. Celeb Bella Hadid followed up with a tweet sharing how, although she was not responsible, she felt sadly and badly for everyone involved. Disney World brings the Avatar movie to life with its new Pandora Park. The new Pandora Park will be providing parkgoers with a full experience of what it would be like to adventure through the infamous Pandora, world of the Avatar. The excursion, inspired by the Cameron film, is situated in the animal kingdom with goals of putting a true-to-life spin on the fantasy universe. Participants can partake in the Navi River Journey boat ride, which seats 8 through the forest, or visit with the Shaman of Songs. With so many bright colors to see in the glowing fauna, guests won't experience a single moment of dullness in this new Disney attraction.
Thanks, Sam. Huge congratulations to Apex for winning Mock Rock, by the way. I was able to meet the choreographer for their team, and they all worked so hard to put together a stellar performance, and I'm glad they were awarded for that work.
Absolutely. It's been getting really hot around here, a little bit hotter than usual, and we have Tate with our weekly weather. Tate?
That's right, guys, and before we get started, let's take a look at where I'm standing. We are here at the Hollywood Bowl, which is one of the most fun places to go and have a concert this summer. Bring your friends and family, and it's going to be such a great time. here in Los Angeles. Now let's take a look at our current weather conditions today. So here in La Mirada, this morning we had a low 61, it was a little cool, and then reaching a high of 82 in the afternoon, and bringing it back down to 61 in the evening. And then we have our sunrise and sunset, and it's a little longer for daylight, so I know I love that, and I'm sure you guys love that too. And now let's move on to our national forecast, and let's take a look here first at this really hot pocket of air right here. It's really just affecting all the states around, really affecting us too. And I'll show you a little bit about that because it's going to be changing later. And now up in the northeastern region, up by New England, it's bringing in some cool air and just really affecting all these states around. High 40s to low 50s, and it's just a great kind of temperature for this kind of year. And now let's move on to our 7-day forecast. Here today it was a nice sunny day, and tomorrow it is going to be reaching a high of 87 degrees. So make sure to try to get some sun while you can, because it is going to be cooling off, is what I was talking about. This weekend it's going to be a little more cloudy, 77, reaching 70, and then Sunday with a low of 64 degrees, or a high of 64 degrees. And then Monday it is going to be coming back up, a little more sun, not as much clouds, with a high of 70. So make sure to get some sun while you can before the clouds start coming in this weekend. That's all we have for you guys. Back to you guys in the studio.
That's all we have for you this week, but stay tuned next week for more updates.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at BiolaEV. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.